Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a chapter called as the water treatment. So what actually is water? Life is water and is most evidently found on the earth surface. Hence earth is known as the blue planet. Without water we cannot survive as it is needed in every field like industries, domestic, and agriculture. Thus, water should be used carefully and economically. Now, this chapter actually deals in softening of water by zeolite process, ion exchange process, hot lime soda process, as well as the characteristics of water. Now, let's look to the sources of water. The very first we can see the surface water. Now, the sources of surface water it include any above ground collection of water such as rivers, lakes, ponds and ocean. Some sources of surface water are also fed by underground aquifers. Now, surface water accounts for 80% of the water human use. So, we can see that 80% of the water is being used. Second, we can say is the well water. Well water, as a source of water, it can be described by the depth or by the way they are constructed. Now we have seen that there are many wells and which most of you have been seen. So according to the depth there is a water in it. So most specially especially they are used for different types of pumps at the surface to raise the water. The pump is usually used to retrieve the water and it go through an extensive filtration or decontamination process either naturally or chemically. There are two major types of well water. The next we see is the important source called as the rainwater. So the rainwater is the source of water that comes from above the clouds. This water is very pure until it encounters something on it way down. However, if it is stored properly, it may reliquefish clean drinking water. So everybody knows the rainwater, and the rainwater is a very pure water. We can say it is a distilled water without any impurity until it is being encountered. The next comes is the underground water. A part of the rainwater which reaches the surface of the earth percolates into the earth as this water journey is downwards and it comes in contact with the number of mineral salt present in the soil and dissolve some of them. So when we see that when the rainwater comes and when it goes or percolates into the earth surface, what happens? There are many minerals. We can see there is also the clay, there is a sand by which the rainwater get mixed through it and some of them get dissolved in that. So in that way we get the underground water. Now as I have told you before only right now, there are impurities in water also. Let's look. The first is called as the suspended impurities. This impurities imparts the turbidity, color and odor to water. It may be inorganic, it may be the clay, it may be the sand, or organic in nature. So, this is the very first impurity, which is called as the suspended impurities. In the suspended, we see that the water is turbid, and due to its color and odor, we can identify that water has a suspended impurities. The second is called as the colloidal impurities. The product from the organic waste, finely divided like silica and clay, etc., are the agent which comes under colloidal impurities. Dissolved impurities. Third one, it may be the presence of dissolved salts like carbonates, chlorides, and sulfates of calcium, magnesium, iron, and sodium. The very last we can say is the microorganism, and they include obviously the fungi and the algae. So these are the four major impurities which are being present in the water, like suspended impurities, colloidal impurities, dissolved impurities, and microorganisms which are being present in the water. So this was all about the introduction.